the last time I should say anything, having already interrupted your tea twice. And this is the moment you've all been waiting for, when we finally see Helen off. Not seriously, this is something that was inevitable, that eventually Helen would decide that time has come for her to move on to greater things. I recall the day she arrived here, she knocked on the front door and I went and I opened it, and my first thought was, this slip of a girl will never do this job. And when we came to interview, it was pretty obvious that she could. And we have been proved right, as I'm sure you will all testify, to the impact on this museum that Helen has made. We had already started to change things within the museum with our previous curator, but the opportunity had arisen for us to consider a much bigger development as long as we could get the money. And I recall the time when, after much heart searching and sleepless nights, Helen finally came up with the bid to the Heritage Lottery Fund, and she and I drove to Cambridge and we handed it in and breathed a great sigh of relief, not knowing of course whether it would succeed or not, but fortunately it did. And from then on Helen took over as the project manager. She said, I've never done this before, managing a project, but we decided that we'd take a risk. I know it was the premises, very precious premises to all of us, and here we were leaving it to this young woman who was going to put her stamp on these premises, and that she certainly has done. I've never had to tell her off. Maybe I should have done, but I saw no reason to do so. But what I did see was a transformation of this old building into an absolutely superb example of a small local community museum. And as you know, the culmination of Helen's work here was being long listed for the Art Fund prize or so ago, and Michael Portillo as chair, and they were most impressed with this as a museum. And the Mrs. Cookson, who wrote in The Guardian, said she had never seen a better small town museum. So we owe Helen that a tribute, because she has made her mark in Hertford on this museum. And it is very sad for us to have reached this stage of having said to say goodbye. I have a theory as to why she's going. Her now husband realised that he had a great rival, and it was the museum. And he said, we will get married as long as you come and work for me. And as a result of that, Helen handed in her resignation, which I have to say I officially haven't accepted yet, but we are interviewing shortly for her successor, but it will be a big act to follow. Now I understand there are one or two things that I have to present to Helen. There has been a collection, and we've decided to keep the collection in a little packet like this. It is not Boots vouchers or anything of that sort. We decided that as they're going off to Bruges tomorrow, banknotes might be the best solution. So they're at liberty to spend them all in Bruges if they like. And there is a card here, Helen, that has been signed by many of the people who have given towards this very nice little envelope. Some of them were not able to sign in here and do send their apologies, but there are many people who have contributed to this for you, and I hope that you'll accept this together with a bunch of flowers. Thank you, Helen, for all that you've done. Before you make your speech, Sarah has something else she'd like to give to you. Oh no, was it Sarah?
And there are some precious memories here. Please enjoy the years to come.
Thank you very much. It's really amazing working with so many lovely people, volunteers, supporters, staff, everyone, trustees. And I really envy the next person, actually. I'm thinking, what if they take me back? Maybe I should. Because it's just been a fab job and just a fab experience. It's just been the best job ever. And if Phil wasn't here, I'd say it has in my whole life. It's going to be the best job ever, but I can't say that, isn't it? So I'm getting all upset now. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And I am hoping to, come back and see all the exhibition previews and see how it's going, judge everything. And hopefully, if we make it for the Art Fund Prize, that's something really worth hitting for. So thank you very much. Now I need to wipe my nose.